Krusty sat hunched in her dimly lit living room, surrounded by empty snack wrappers and the faint glow of her laptop screen. All day, every day, she stewed in bitterness. Her YouTube channel had once been her empire, full of drama, accusations, and control, but she'd burned it all down with her own lies and outbursts. Now, no one watched, no one subscribed, and she had no friends left. The community had turned its back on her. So she decided, if she couldn't have happiness, no one else could either. She knew every guy in the small YouTube circle. She'd flirted, manipulated, and tried to own them all. When they slipped her grasp and stood up for themselves, the real Krusty emerged. She doxed them without hesitation, posting addresses, phone numbers, family details. Then came the swatting. She'd call their local police departments, voice trembling with fake terror. "He has guns. He's threatening to shoot everyone. Please hurry. I'm scared for my life." Cops would storm in. Sometimes the innocent men barely escaped with their lives. One close call left a man on the ground with a gun to his head while his family screamed in the background. Krusty watched the news clips with a twisted smile, chewing another handful of chips. Her only living companion was Dudley, her small, anxious dog. When the rage boiled over, when a target blocked her, when a video exposing her lies got views, when the loneliness hit hardest, she'd explode. A kick, a slap, a thrown object. Dudley would whimper and cower under the couch, the only sound breaking the silence of her toxic little world. And the eating, it never stopped. Krusty devoured bag after bag of junk food, pausing only to type out fresh venom or make another anonymous call. The room reeked of stale grease, sweat, and something far worse. Gas built up from her endless snacking, turning the air thick and foul. She didn't care. She lit cigarette after cigarette, the smoke curling around her like a second skin. One ordinary afternoon, Krusty was deep into another doxing spree. She just hit post on a new victim's information when she felt the familiar pressure. She shifted in her chair, let out a long, rumbling fart that made Dudley whine and retreat further into the corner. The smell was eye-watering, a chemical nightmare mixed with old fast food. Krusty chuckled to herself, grabbed her lighter, and sparked up another cigarette. The spark met the invisible cloud of gas. The explosion was instant and spectacular. The tiny, cluttered house erupted in a fireball that lifted the roof clean off and sent debris raining down the street. Neighbors screamed and dialed 911 as black smoke billowed into the sky. When the fire department finally sifted through the wreckage, they found very little left of Krusty. But something strange happened in the days that followed. The dark clouds that had hung over the YouTube community began to lift. The men she had terrorized slowly returned. Blocked creators unmuted themselves. Old friends reconnected. Drama channels that once thrived on fear and division went quiet or pivoted to actual content. Positivity crept back in. People made videos again just to create, not to destroy. They laughed, collaborated, and supported one another. Someone started a light-hearted meme, Krusty's final gift, peace. At her funeral, a sparse, awkward affair attended mostly by distant relatives who barely knew her, a few people whispered the same uncomfortable truth. Some people simply shouldn't have been allowed to do the damage they did. As for Krusty herself, well, the story goes that when she stood before God, he didn't need to hear her excuses. He saw every dox, every false police call, every kick aimed at poor Dudley, every life she tried to ruin out of pure spite. And without a word, he sent her straight to hell. The YouTube community, meanwhile, celebrated quietly, not with hatred, but with relief. The storm was over. Dudley, miraculously, had been outside in the yard during the blast. He was adopted by a kind neighbor who gave him a peaceful life filled with gentle walks and plenty of treats. No more fear, no more whimpers. And the little corner of the internet that Krusty once poisoned bloomed again with light. The end.